You know I got to give my thoughts. And the thing that I was thinking about as I was driving on my way down here to downtown Detroit, and I was riding on my little scooter and I was vlogging on my phone because I like to release long form content, right? Is I dropped a video this morning, or I dropped a clip of what I was saying yesterday prior to getting into the Umar Johnson conversation of his reaction to what Ebony Williams said on the Millionaire Morning Show, right? And when you go at black women, right, we know what the sauce is going to be with that. Like, we can expect it because women tend to be a little bit emotional, but it's evolving. And it's really, really weird because women are starting to operate in ways that I would expect for men to operate. Case in point, Ebony Williams and DJ Envy. DJ Envy was moving in a way to where he was trying to focus on the feelings of people, and Ebony Williams was focusing on the statistics and the results. Now, I completely disagreed with Ebony Williams' perspective and stance as far as how it was that she was moving and the attitude that she had when Ayanna Van Zant was asking her from a relationship perspective. But when we start talking about success and results and households and income and all of this other type of stuff, it's a completely different conversation. Did she move the goalposts? Absolutely she did. But once she started going in that direction, and then DJ Envy and Charlamagne decided to join her having that conversation, we got a different type of conversation on our hands. And so when she was like, yo, fuck your feelings, let's start talking about the facts, I'm like, would I date her? Absolutely not. Would I hire her? Possibly. Because she moves with more focus and masculinity than the overwhelming majority of the men that I see out here. And then the comments started to confirm it, right? And I know what to expect when I say it, and I say it with my chest. And then we had the team put out the clip this morning. But the reality is that we are a very, very, very sensitive group of people. We are a sensitive society. I was coaching somebody and I was having a conversation with him last week, right? And, I was kind of digging into him. And it was a guy, and he was a guy whose son is old enough at this point to where they're graduating high school. They're starting to get into going into college and all of that. And so I was kind of going in. I was like ringing him a new one. And I said, man, why would you ever let your son go to this school and possibly pick this particular curriculum and then listen to his mama as far as why he's going to the school and his reasoning because she went there and he feel good about it, or the son feels good about it, and he's going to look to take out student loans because it's a very expensive school to go to, and then he's possibly going to get a basket weaving degree. And so I'm going in and I'm digging in, and the guy like, yeah, man, I feel you in time, because by the time somebody actually join the Bag Chasers, or by the time somebody actually get a coaching call with me, I know that they're in a mindset to where they can actually hear what it is that I'm going to talk about. And even before we start to dig into the actual coaching, I want to know more about you. I'm trying to understand you. I need to know where you came from. I want to know what your mindset is going into what it is that you want. What is it that you booked this coaching call for? And so I have now a relationship and a vested interest in seeing you to be successful, because when you leave this coaching call, or when you stop getting coaching calls from me, or you at the end of your journey, then you then become a reflection of me, because you are a reference point. You are a person that I was able to pour into. And so if somebody sees you out there being dusty, I don't necessarily want to be associated with it, because you are a reflection of me. It's similar to your woman and your wife, right? When your woman go outside every day, what she looks like, how she carries herself, how she interacts with men, her whole disposition in life is then an extension and a reflection of the man in which she's under, right? And so I look at you guys and I pour into you and I give you everything that I got, whether I'm at a Patreon meetup, whether we on this live stream, or whether I'm having a coaching call with you. I dig in. I go all the way in, and I'm trying to add value into your life as much as possible, which also sometimes comes with the accountability. And I said, you know what? Have them give me a call. Set it up. Have them give me a call. I'm going to have a conversation with him. And I had a conversation with him last night. And the first thing that he said to me when we was having a conversation was, I feel. Why you going over there? Well, I feel like, well, who told you to do that? Well, such and such told me because they felt like, and I just cut through the bullshit. Because at first it was shocking to him to hear somebody like me talk to him the way that I talked to him, and I just cut through the bullshit. I said, listen, fam, I'm only going to be on this phone call for 15 minutes, so let me tell you what it is that I see. And let me tell you why your father is so passionate about me talking to you, because maybe you can hear it from somebody that's not directly tied to you, because he got to pay attention to your feelings. I don't have to, because I'm never probably going to ever hear or see from you again. So let me just tell you what the truth is. And men need to be told what the truth is. They don't need to be felt good. They don't need to be in their feelings. They mama been teaching them that their whole life. They mama been focusing on their feelings their whole life. And they've been suffering as a result of it. So at what point do we then remove the feelings from the conversation and start getting into the results? Because if you feel good or you feel a certain type of way or somebody justify your feelings, but you still poor as hell, what difference did it make? I would rather somebody drag me through the mud, give me what it is that I need to be successful. That's what my mentors do. They don't care about my feelings. They tell me exactly what the truth is. Listen, if I'm not what I'm supposed to be, then give it to me straight. And it's a difference between being passionate about what you're talking about and leaning into your feelings. I'd rather have the results and not feeling so great right now than to feel good or feel justified a bunch of round of dusties that can't do nothing or add any value into my life. I know a lot of poor people that felt good for the moment. I know a lot of people that's broke that felt good for the moment. I know some bums that feel good when they hit that crack pipe or they hit that meth and they look a whole mess. And so I told him, I said, listen, I don't really care about what you think or what you feel. I'm here because I care about what your father's best interest is. And let me tell you the truth. And by the time we got off that 15-minute phone call, he said, man, can I save your number? I'm rethinking this thing the whole way. I said, what you want to do? He said, I want the results. 18-year-old young dude graduating from high school completely changed the trajectory possibly of his life. He not going to be asking for student loan forgiveness. He not going to be getting a basket weaving degree. He not going to be sitting there talking about, well, my mama told me this. He not going to be focused on what it is that everybody else wants him to do. But now he's on a pathway, hopefully, if he continues to go down the path in which I set for him, he's down a path, hopefully, to being successful. And I gave him the whole sauce. I ain't give him half the sauce. I gave him whole sauce. And I said, listen, this is what I see, and this is what you're going to face. And these are the possibilities. And this is why everybody begging, biting for student loan forgiveness. And you only up there because your mama told you to when you think it's some bad hoes up there and you trying to get your dick wet. Nigga, I know what it is. Nigga, what you think? I grew to be 41 years old because I was stupid? You think I made it out the streets because I was dumb? And then it hit him. He said, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I feel you. 18-year-old dude, he can hear it. I said, listen, man, my main motto is fuck your feelings. Remove your feelings from this conversation and let's start talking about what you want out of life and what the results is. Because you tell me what you want, I can show you how to get there. But it ain't going to be based off of how you feel or what everybody else is telling you around you that ain't never had shit, ain't never did shit. That don't mean nothing to me. And so he said, man, listen, you know what? You're right. Everything you said in this 15 minutes is right. You think I was focused on making him feel good? I was focused on cutting through the bullshit and getting through the truth. And so the question that we have to start asking ourselves as we had these conversations is, are you focused on the thing that's best for you, or are you focused on how you feel in the moment that somebody says it to you? Let me say it one more time and think about it for a second. Are you focused on the thing that somebody is telling you to make you feel good, or are you focused on cutting through the bullshit and getting to the truth so that you can have the results? Because at the end of the day, your daughter or your son is going to have to ask Biden, he gonna have to beg somebody else in order to be able to pay for him to send him to school. And then when you gone, he gonna be standing up trying to ask somebody else to get reparations for his ancestors because you didn't do what you were supposed to do as far as cutting through the bullshit and telling them the truth. It's just facts. It's facts. It's so many different guys. And again, we not talking about being passionate about what it is that you stand on. We talking about leaning into your feelings instead of leaning into what's best for you so you can get the results. It's so many guys that I have to talk to every single day and be a father figure to them and tell them and deal with them in a way that they've never been dealt with before, and they don't even know what the truth feel like. They don't even know what it feels like to be told the truth. They whole life, they was told that they can get a participation trophy, that everything was going to be all right. Just trust in God and he going to lead you. I can't stand when people say that. Am I a Christian? Yes. Do I believe in God? Absolutely. I love Jesus. I got the Lamb of God clothing company right on me. If y'all want it, the link is in the description to the homie that sent me this hoodie. I wore one yesterday. I'm wearing one today. If y'all want to buy this hoodie, y'all can buy it. It's in the description. Do I love God? Absolutely, but I can't stand when people, man, when I skim through the comments to see what the vibe and the mood is, and people tell me some stuff like, listen, don't follow your purpose, follow God. What the fuck does that mean? Give me some tangible things that I can use to actually improve my life. You go to church every single Sunday and they and haw. And after they get done humming and hawing and telling you to trust in God, you go out there and you ain't got no kind of insight information or a way in which you can leverage the information that they could have gave you in order to continue to improve your life. They ain't help you get no money. They ain't help you in your relationship. They just told you to keep trusting in God. And how's that working out for you? Because all of those is just feminine talking points. Because there's actual work that comes along with it. If you read any part of the Bible, it says it's an if-then statement. I know a lot of y'all didn't go into computer programming. You didn't look at basic computer programming when they gave you the classroom. But everything is an if-then statement. If you keep my commandments, then. If you keep my words, then. If you take care of business, then. If you suffer with me, then you will reign with me. It's a lot of people that's going to say, they said, Lord, Lord. He going to say, depart from me. I never knew you. Harpo, who is this nigga at my gates asking me to get in? And he decided that he thought that he knew what he thought he knew was going to do and get him into heaven, but it don't mean nothing because it don't actually land on nothing but that sand that's going to get washed away in the ocean. Give me some tangible results. Give me something that's actually going to help me be a better person. How can you fix my finances? How can you fix my relationships? How can you fix my life? How can you help me network? How can you prevent me from getting fired and it's a recession right on the horizon so that I don't have to be homeless and going through the same thing that the people before me went through? Man, I went to the grocery store last night. I told my wife and my kid, man, this is just real. My daughter, he said, oh, Dad, let's go to the grocery store. I want to get these ketchup chips. I'm like, oh, man, it's another something she's seen on TikTok, right? And we go to the grocery store, right? And we bought like 5 or 6 things. And the total came up to like $50.45. And so I was like, we got 5 items and it's like $50. How is regular people out here living? I haven't been to the grocery store in so long because I got a wife that take care of all of that type of stuff. Neither here nor there. I said, how regular people out here living? Rita said, man, there be people complaining and crying every single day about the prices and gas and the cost of living and how much groceries are and how expensive it is. And you can't even cook at home no more and all of this other type of stuff. I said, honey, we just so far out of touch with what regular people is going through because God said that we can't live a regular life. And so as a result, we got to do irregular things. We got to do some abnormal things. We got to do some exceptional things in order to get exceptional results. And so when you're done feeling, because your chick don't give a fuck about you, she out there feeling up on somebody else's dick because you ain't got no backbone and she looking for a real man to give it to her. When you get done feeling, because your kids ain't gonna give a fuck about you. They gonna be thinking about all them student loan debts that they had to sign up for and be pissed at you and trying to hold you accountable when they become adults and they come to some form of realization because their brain is now fully developed that they father and their mother led them down a pathway to unsuccessful results. When you get done feeling, because society ain't gonna give a fuck about you, your job gonna lay you off because they gonna do the thing that's in the best interest of the shareholders, which just so happen to be me, and they're not gonna care about your feelings. When you get done feeling, because nobody cares about your feelings, and you actually want the results, then come and tap in. We'll be waiting. I know what you need. I know what you need. And you know why I know what you need? You know why I know what you need? Because the overwhelming majority of the people that's watching this live stream right now, the overwhelming majority of my Patreon and members and the bag chasers, in which we are doing incredible things, you know what I hear on a regular basis? I hated you when I first ran into you. I didn't necessarily like you, but then I realized that it was something about you, and it was really just me and my feelings before you gave me the honest to God truth of what it is that I needed in order to be successful. Ask yourself this question, because there's some dusties out there that's feeling a certain type of way. We gonna get you through there. We gonna get you through there. Stick around. We gonna get you up out of the feelings. There's some dusties out there that's saying that, oh man, I feel a certain type of way. I don't like the way that Anton is talking. He could have said it nicer to me. One thing is for sure, and two things is for certain. My slogan is the same thing that it was a year ago and a year before that. And so many people have come and gone and said, Anton, I'm pissed. I'm unsubscribing. I don't like what you saying. And guess what we still doing? Running it up, getting that bag, being so far removed from what regular people is going through and doing that we don't give a flying fuck. And if you are part of the Patreon, then you know that subscribers don't mean shit anyway, because we making way more money than your favorite YouTuber all the way across the board. And that is a fact. And the receipts says so. The receipts say so. When you get done being in your feelings, my slogan is the same that it was yesterday and the year before and the year before that. 1, 2, 3, fuck your feelings. Just like that.